More perspective right now with this map. You saw our crews really everywhere around Cocke County after this storm. And when you hear Cocke County, you often think of Helene. It's worth clarifying that this storm hit this morning not in the same area that saw the bulk of the damage during Helene. Remember, that hit Newport, Hartford, and Del Rio the hardest. The storm this morning hit the northern parts of the county. Again, Bybee and Parrottsville, as you see here on the map. Some parts of Cocke County, though, are still recovering from Helene, and this storm certainly didn't help. Neighbors feeling the effects of this and those memories certainly resurrected.
My first thought was I grabbed my clothes and I ran out to see what the river was like. Because last year it was horrible. And there was just fear. You know, we were trapped. We were basically trapped in our home last year. You know, there's going to be a lot of need in our community again. And we haven't recovered from the last disaster.
Yeah, it's been a tough road. Volunteers did show up. You saw the food there to help in the aftermath. They know the trauma. They lived it during Helene. And reporter Lauren Lovett joining us now. And Lauren, this is really another twist in this story. You spoke to people impacted in Cocke County, not just by this storm, but by the last as well.
That's right, John. I talked with one woman who says this is not the first devastating flood her family has survived. They also faced the loss of their home 2 years ago during historic flooding in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene.
Two different floods, both hitting the same family.
We were victims of Hurricane Helene. We lived in Cosby. We were donated a tiny home through Empower Cocke County. And my son-in-law had this vacant property, which it was a mess, but we went and cleaned it out, and he let us move onto the property with our tiny home. And then we were struck again.
Becky Miller says after losing her home of 15 years in 2024, she didn't expect moving 30 minutes away would result in a similar scene.
It was very heartbreaking. This one hit us harder. Helene, I think it was because we had a warning that, something was going to happen. It was overnight.
As floodwaters rose in Parrottsville, it took her back to 2 years ago.
The water was so swift, it picked up a cast iron tub and just slung it across the yard like it was nothing. This morning, that thought came back into my head. I'm like, oh no. And then when I saw the box truck had been toppled over, I'm like, oh no, not again.
15 minutes down the road is Bybee, another community that faced flash flooding Thursday morning.
Looked out the door and it was chaos. For back here, I mean, it was just a raging river. So, and the mudslides are the biggest issue.
Dallas Short was on the other side of things 2 Septembers ago. We covered the charity he started to help fellow veterans recover from flood damage after Helene.
It's crazy being on the opposite side of it because I helped people during the floods. It's hard to accept help, but it's easy to give it.
Both say their resilient county will recover from this storm just as it has all others in the past.
Red Cross has set up an emergency shelter for those looking for support, and they say they'll be in the community until the need is gone. John.
Lauren Lovett on the story tonight. Emergency crews from Cocke County and across East Tennessee rushed to help. They explained how lessons learned in the aftermath of Helene applied today.
Anytime you got something that's never happened in history, obviously you go back and you review everything that you did that specific time frame, and then you add that to your tool bag.
It's just these things happened a lot faster this time around and a lot more effectively as well. So we're very, I think those lessons were learned and put to good use.
You can stay constantly connected to the changing weather conditions and breaking news by downloading the 10 News app. Just scan that QR code that's on your screen right now. It will take you directly to your app store. It is free to download.